Hi guys, so this is Black Cross and welcome to our today's live stream. So guys, in today's live stream I'm going to give out some of my analysis on BTC USDT. So just a second as I prepare my so I've just opened this, and guys, so let me just, there's a reason as to why I did put this here, so I'll just remove and remove so that you can have a clear understanding on what was happening and why I chose to select these two places as my support and resistance. So guys, there is always an analysis that you can do. It depends. Some of us choose to have a long-term analysis when it comes to analyzing the market. So I decided to choose to sell now. Yesterday, from around 9, I think, or maybe 5, I'm not sure yet, but yesterday at around those evening times, Bitcoin was buying, so most people opt in and bought, and I had done my analysis on this, that it was going to buy up until this place. So my target generally was that this coin was going to go up. I believe like over the past few weeks, roughly like a month, Bitcoin has been going up. It has been increasing. Yeah, it has been going up. You can see like I'm using the free option, so you can see this was like the lowest point that this Bitcoin reached. Let me just give you an overview, just giving out my long-term analysis before I tell you why I decided to, why I analyze my charts differently. Not actually differently, I think most of the people who are right now analyzing Bitcoin USDT have decided to sell now and up until this level here. So guys, for a very long time you can see Bitcoin USDT has been buying, and you can actually know that it has been trending on an uptrend. Sorry, it has been on an uptrend. This was like the point where there was a consolidation. You guys, let's just start with the basic, so that so this was the point where it started rising. And how do you know, like, when a pair, or maybe this applies like to cryptos and to forex generally, like when a pair has decided to sell, when a pair has decided to buy, or maybe when a currency or maybe crypto is on an uptrend or maybe downtrend, when it is the right time to buy and when you should just hold on your sales. So that is pretty simple, and I'm gonna show you how you can do that. In a very simple way. I'm sorry about this. So guys, for a long time Bitcoin has been selling, and we can see like the highest point that we've had Bitcoin is at I think it was 664, 65 or something. You can see like this is still Bitcoin. I'm trying to minimize so that we can have like clear illustration on what has been happening. Don't know what just happened. this point. This is going to take us a while. Let me just go to a week so that we can have clear notion of the highest point ever reached, which was a year. I think it was last year. Yeah. So guys, this was the highest point, which is $69,000. So as a trader, you need to mark some of the parts just to have a key point, because it is clear that there was some of the liquidity that was left here. So you should expect that something was sort like Bitcoin will come back to this level, maybe not this year, maybe next year, maybe even this year, depends with the market. So you can see like there has been a lot of liquidity left on different places, and like even here there's a lot of liquidity left. So we should expect that Bitcoin will come to this point too. So you can always have some of your marks on this part. So I'm putting this really thin because this is a weekly time frame, and if I have it like and here. So guys, this is one of the places that we should also look at, this level over here. So there is some of the liquidity that was left at this point that the market will have to go back to this level just to satisfy, or maybe to balance the market generally. And this is not the only point too. If you go back to some years back, you can see like there is liquidity level to like this level, the same to this level. There is some of the liquidity that was left here, and you can see that this market decided to drop from this level to come and get the liquidity that was left at this level. And the same applies to these other parts. You can see the kind of movement, how to know if there are some liquidity left in the market, or maybe if the market will go back to that level. You kind of look at the strength of the sellers or buyers in the market, and you can see it has always been said that whenever you see like a very huge candlestick with these kinds of body, that shows that there was a strong sell maybe during this week or maybe during this day, to clearly show that most buyers, most sellers. And this kind of movement is not always done by small or maybe retail traders. This is always done by most of the financial institutions like banks and those big financial institutions, or even market makers. So guys, that aside, so right now we're going to analyze what is going to happen in the market. From now we can see like the market decided to drop, and guys, this was so simple, like anyone could analyze this market easily, being that, let me just show you. You see this level over here, this was like our lowest point. It doesn't have to be perfect, and when you trace it back to this point, which year was this? Just a second. This was in December 2020, 14th December 2020. You could see that this happened, and the market decided to drop to this level to pick some of the liquidity that was left here some years back, and that happened. And you can see once the market reached at this level, it decided to move up, and it has been moving up for quite some time now. I think a month and something, if I'm not wrong. So these are some of the things you need to know first. Like whenever you want to analyze a market as a newbie or intermediate or maybe an expert, the first thing you need to know when you're dealing with a currency or maybe a pair that you've never traded before, you need to analyze the history of these pairs so that you can understand like why is the market moving towards this direction, why is it moving this way and not the other way. So once you've done that, it will be so easier for you to know how you can trade and balance the market. But whenever you enter the market blindly, you will never know why a certain thing is happening in the market. So you might end up losing a lot, not because you have not analyzed your chart, but because maybe you do not have a long-term plan or maybe a long-term analysis of the pair that you're trading. If you've been in this market for quite some time, you've had some of the top traders or advanced traders talking about how they can analyze the market in such a way that whenever there is a fundamental news coming out, it won't affect the analysis, because they have analyzed the market according to the banks or maybe the financial psychology. So, and that is what always help most of the advanced traders, because they don't just analyze the charts as retail traders, but as financial traders, or the big finance or big financial institutions analyze the charts. So once you learn to analyze the charts in that kind of way, you'll always have a lot of profit, and you will know when to hold your trades and when to just close your trades. And you can see that with this in mind, if you had bought, let's say if you had entered this market at this level over here and you're still holding on to your trades, then I think that you've made like a lot of profit. And funny enough is that this trade is going to go up until this level before like maybe something happening, maybe retesting back to the market, or maybe breaking out to a higher level. So right now what we have here is this as our balance, and this is our balance. And you can see if you do this, you pull it like to this level over here, there was like some sort of support. So this can be our support right now, and this level at the bottom is our resistance at the moment. So this is like a long-term overview of what we have right now in mind. Remember, the lowest point that Bitcoin has ever been is this level, like it's lower than this, but for now we're not looking at this unless the market decides otherwise. So we're going to focus on these levels over here, which the market already tested, and we can see that it is going up. So basically what I'll be expecting on this market is that it might rise to this level and then decide to come back and then maybe move up, or maybe it might come to this level and decide to break out to this level up here. So this is just a long-term analysis on Bitcoin USD or USDT. So one thing that is interesting about Bitcoin is that if you can analyze your Bitcoin correctly, then it will be easier for you to trade pairs like BNB, because what is happening on the BTC USDT is what actually happens on BNB USDT, is what actually happens in Ethereum USDT. So it's so easy to analyze the charts based on that criteria. So right now this was like a long-term analysis of what might happen in the market. So right now, being that we are day traders, or maybe we trade like for a day, or maybe just hold our trades for like a week, what we can do is that we're going to analyze the charts on a short-term analysis. Sorry. So right now our short-term analysis is we're going to move. I was analyzing the charts based on a 1 day time frame. It's always good to analyze the charts based on a large time frame before going to a short time frame, so that you can know when to enter the market and how to balance your trades. This will just give you an overview of what is happening in the market, the trends and everything. And one thing I forgot to tell you is how to know that maybe the market is no longer on a downtrend. So let's say at this level the market has been like on a downtrend for quite some time. Let me just use the short level like over here, but put it in mind that Bitcoin initially was at $69,000. So basically this shows that there has been a downtrend. What happened is that from this level, if this was supposed to keep on dropping, maybe what would have happened was that this would have gotten to this part, and it would have gone a little bit up again. But you can see that there was some of the resistance, support and resistance, that was created at this level over here. Support and resistance that was created over here, which kind of made it so easy to detect that it is no longer moving down. So we can see that this was tested, like it came here once, went back up, came twice, then it came the second time and it dropped again, hitting this level the third time. Then when it decided to go up, it went like it never really came down. It like broke out of this level and it kept moving on. So we do not just have like a one, but we have two levels, showing that we have like this level over here. Let me just have something, let me see, let me just highlight something like this level over here, and then we also have this level over here. I hope this color is visible. Let me just use something darker. Sorry, this level was not just tested once but twice. So we have this level over here, which is making this level the third level being tested. See? And I always say that whenever you are trading, you can always also check the patterns. Like we have these basic patterns that have always been analyzed, have always been there in the market, that can guide you to know when to buy and when to sell, when the market is going to sell, or when it is on a strong buy. So those are some of the things that you can put in mind. So let me just show you. I think I have, let me see if I have downloads on that. Yeah, these types of patterns, there are a lot of them. You can always, you see, these are some of the patterns as a beginner trader you need to have. What you can do, you can download these patterns. Once you've downloaded them, what you can do is you can always have something like a chart or maybe a book, make just something for reference. And you can see this is a W. You see, there's a W, which kind of shows that when this breaks out, it will move up. And this kind of forms like an M for me, or maybe another W. It can break down. This forms something like an M breaking down. So you can always have these to help you know how the market is moving. These can give you, like, if you are not sure about what is happening in the market, you can have some clarity on what is happening in the market based on these over here. So this is just roughly what one can do whenever they are trading. And there are like a lot of patterns that you can actually use, and they'll be able to show you. You can see there is the reversal pattern, the bullish, the bearish, all these kinds of patterns, and there are like a lot. These are some of the candlestick cheat sheet. Man, that was a hard one to say. Okay, so you can always check these. This should help you as a beginner trader whenever I'm trading, I always try to come over here and just check it, because you never know how the market is going to behave. So it's always advisable for you to have your own analysis so that you can trust your decisions in the market. Okay, so you don't just rush in the market, because you might end up losing if you do not do your analysis rightly. So whenever you feel like you are not sure whether it's time to buy or not, you can always come here, check the patterns that is being formed, and it will guide you on what to do. So these are some of the things that you can find on your Google. Just Google the patterns and you'll be able to get them. I have them like downloaded, a lot of them. I've downloaded a lot of them just for guidance. So guys, let's just do what we had in mind. So this is 1 day time frame. This shows like we're still on an upward movement. We should be expecting something like a zigzag for this. Sorry, right now I need something else, something of sort. Yeah, so we know of this pattern, let's say from this point to here to here, and you can always do this just to test how the market is moving, so that you can test your analysis. Something of sort. You can see this is just an upward trend. Whatever I'm trying to do is not really working for me. Okay, so you can just create some zigzag over there. So once that happens, you'll know like when to buy, when to sell. So I'm just going to delete this. This was just for reference, so that we can go and analyze our market and see what is really happening in the market today, so that you can know when to buy and when not to. Forex is really interesting. Forex is really interesting. So okay, we're going to 1 hour time frame. That is how I analyze my charts. Sorry, which pair is this, and why are my candlesticks really small? So guys, let me use another. This was just an overview of what is happening in the market. Let me see what's going to give me like an upper, and yeah, so to make it more visible. So right now this is 1 hour time frame, and yeah, 1 hour time frame. So guys, in 1 hour time frame we have some liquidity over here. You can see this happened, then this happened, to balance out the liquidity in the market. See, so what happens is that right now I entered this market at around here as a sell, and we are like down. So this happened around this week. Remember, Bitcoin is on an uptrend. Don't forget that. Yeah, Bitcoin is on an uptrend. So this, okay, so we have this. This is going to be our support, and this, you can see this level has been tested twice. Remember, your charts don't have to be, these lines don't have to be perfect, but it should just give you a clear notion of what is happening in the market. Okay, so what I did today, yesterday I decided to trade this Bitcoin because I haven't traded it for quite some time, and I decided to draw a lot of things just to guide me, and it kind of brought a lot of confusion for me, because you see this level 2 was like some part of resistance, and if you hold it to this part, to this point over here, you can see the kind of things that are happening in the market. You'll think that the market came to this level, then it broke out, then it came back and broke down again, and then this. So all this causes a lot of noise, and it can confuse you and make you not to understand like when to hold and when not to. So then I'll just have to delete. So for me, when I was analyzing my charts on this, I had two zones, not two but three zones. This level, that because whenever you're analyzing your charts, you must have some of the probabilities, you know. Okay, so this is how I draw my support and resistance. So the reason why I have these over here is because of this part and also this part. You can see, like, if you put this over here, there is this part and this part, and when you go back, you'll find like this level was tested not just once, but once. This came in halfway and then it went up, so there is also support over this level here. I know you say that this is a signal. I'm going to give you a signal. So you can see this up until over here, the market was on consolidation up until this level. So the market went up and decided to consolidate over here, and you can see it was ranging. Sorry, it was on a range, because from this part people bought, came to this level, there was a false breakout. You can see the market went up and then decided to come back again to this level. It went up again and then decided to come down. Then there was a bit of a range consolidation at this level, then up again, down, then it decided to break out again, and when it came back here, this started acting as another resistant level, but it broke out to this level over here. So that is something that you can have in mind. So that is roughly what happened like in the past few months up until here. So today, what we are analyzing, I started analyzing this I think 3 days ago, when the market came to this level and decided to bounce back up, and when it came down, it came to this level and then decided to go back again. And so today I knew that when this happened, I waited a little bit longer because I wanted to be sure if this was going to break out, being that we are on uptrend, or maybe if it was going to retest this level before moving up again. Remember, this level over here can be tested like twice or even twice before breaking. And one thing as a trader you need to know, whenever you're trading, there is a possibility and probability. So the market might come down to this level and then break out going down, or it might come to this level, then bounce back up and maybe break out, or it will still retest, or maybe be on a range for quite some time. So basically for me, I entered my sell position on this level. It was a scary, like the most scariest thing that I did, because once it got here, the market, you can see this one, it went up and then it came down and it decided to sell. So right now I am probably waiting for this to come down to either this level or maybe around this area over here before taking a buy going up. So I put my stop loss at around 500 and something, 500. Let me just check. So for me today, I feel like Bitcoin USDT is going to sell, and it has been selling. So I entered this market at around, let me just check when I entered this market, and so far it's going my way because it's a sell. So when it comes to this part, this level over here, just in case it doesn't break out, I'll take another buy position going up, and I'll assume that there is some ranging over at this level. So for me today, I feel like Bitcoin is going to sell for quite some time before actually buyers coming in. So that is one thing that I have in mind. That is my analysis today. I feel like Bitcoin is going to sell for quite some time before buyers moving in and taking some buy positions in the market. And you can also know like when the market, or maybe where these will happen, by just drawing these lines should help you know how far these coins, this market is going to go. And guys, yeah, so this is just an average, and you can see like there is some upward movement coming down, just like that. So if this happens, I feel like once this bounces back, it's going to move up to maybe 26 something or maybe 25 something before dropping back down and creating another zigzag going up. So guys, basically that is what I have in mind. For today on Bitcoin USDT. So these are some of the parts that I have in mind, the areas that I have my eyes on. So I'll be holding on to this. I hope that this is going to drop to this level over here, and just in case it doesn't do that, remember guys, we are moving with our stop loss. Because I entered the market at this level and my stop loss initially was at, let me just check that so that I don't give you a wrong info. Just a second, I'm looking it up on my phone. Yeah, I entered the market at 24,657. Yeah, I started selling at this point, if I'm not wrong, at this level over here, and so far so good. The market has been going down. I had my stop loss over here, 25 something, yeah, 25,011, and the market has been dropping. So right now is the right time for me to move my stop loss from this level to here, just in case the market doesn't go towards my direction. It will still hit my stop loss but in profits. I have a video that shows how you can move with your stop loss, so I'll just put the link of that video in my description below so that you can know how you can move with your stop loss. So whenever your eyes, like, you know, whenever you're trading, you don't have to put your eyes, you don't have to glue your eyes on the screen 24/7. As long as you have like a really nice setup, what you can always do once in a while is to just go back and move with your stop loss. So moving with your stop loss, like right now we can see that Bitcoin is at this level. So I will be putting my stop loss from 25 to 24,579. There's a reason why I'm putting it there and not here. You don't have to put your stop loss at this level over here, because it will just hit it before actually you're achieving your goal. So I always put it somewhere over here. If I entered the market here, remember my stop loss was up above here, so I had to move it to this level over here. So if I entered the market at this level and the market has gone towards my direction, I'll just have to put my stop loss maybe somewhere here, so that in case anything happens, I'll still close in profits and not losses. So yeah, so that is what I'm going to do. I've actually done it. You have to move with the stop loss no matter what. 24,569, modify 24,569. It's very important to move with the stop loss. You don't want to incur losses whenever you're trading over and over again. I'd rather when the market goes against your direction, you close in profits. And remember guys, we are analyzing our charts. It's not a guarantee that things will play out as we had planned, but there is probability of it playing as we had planned. But whenever you see like a movement, you can also understand like the candlesticks, and you can see like over here I'm still expecting a strong sell, being that you all know that whenever you see these sells, like the market is selling and you see like your bearish candlesticks are becoming like large and larger in size as they keep on dropping, you should expect that that shows like there are a lot of sellers who are coming in the market, so they keep on pushing the market lower and lower. So that doesn't really mean that it will keep on selling and selling, because if the buyers decide that they're coming in here and they're going to push the market higher and higher, they can still do it, and they can still do it with this kind of a candlestick over here. Let me just show you this one over here, or maybe this one over here, or maybe this one, and it might end up ruining our plans. Okay, but for now I still feel like there is a strong sell for us, so I'll just hold on to that for quite some time and see if the market will play towards our direction. So guys, yeah, so that is what I had for you today. That is my analysis today. I hope you loved the analysis. I hope you've earned or maybe learned something from this video. So yeah, I hope I'll be able to live stream again, since nowadays I don't have enough time to create videos and edit them, so I prefer to live stream. It's a little bit easier. And yeah, and guys, another thing, you can always draw something of sort, just in case the market is going to bounce back, you know at what level it will, because if this happens, get here and doesn't break out through this level to this level over here, it might bounce back and move towards the direction chosen. So basically that is what I had for you today, and this is a short-term analysis. You can have your analysis, and our analysis might differ, but always trust your analysis, trust your candlestick movement, things like that. So guys, yeah, so that's it for today. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed the video, and yes, that is what Black Russell already had for you today. Until next time, give this video a thumbs up, and let me know what you think about our analysis. So that's it for today. Bye bye.